Yo, man. We are live. Welcome to the live. This is How to Stay Free. It is Friday. Depending upon where you're at, what time zone, hemisphere. Hopefully not DC right now. Wait, let me not get started. I don't want to. Anyways, they said I'm not supposed to talk about what's going on in the news, man. Welcome to How to Stay Free, man. Reentry support. We're just here to answer some questions, but typically we get up here every single night and we answer 5 questions that were put in the comments. So we appreciate y'all when you're interacting with the content and you're getting involved and you're commenting, you're sharing, you're liking all that good stuff, man. I appreciate y'all, man. What are we getting into today, though? What are the questions for today?
Can you pass me my notebook, please?
I can pass you your notebook for Shirley.
Thank you.
For sure. I appreciate everybody showing love right now to the videos, man, liking the lives, all that good stuff too, man.
So I wanted to, just in case you've never seen me before, I'm Christopher's wife.
Might want to
I am
shout
April
you out.
Willers.
I assume everybody knows.
But some people don't.
That's
You know,
valid. That's valid,
some people are new, and I just wanted to make sure that I say hello to you, and thank you for tuning in tonight. I'm going to ask my husband some questions that people often ask me. You can find me on different social media platforms. Just Google my name, and I should come up that way because I don't want to say anything. But we're going to get started and go right into these questions.
Somebody said they need a shot of Keefy. Wait till store day.
Appreciate I'm feeling very pregnant.
Right.
Very, very pregnant at this point. We're almost approaching the 6 months. If you don't know, I'm 42 and I'm pregnant. So follow the journey as you see me on different social media platforms. Thank you.
Both of our first child.
This is both of our first child.
And I'm 42 as well.
He just caught up.
Yeah, she's a cougar.
No,
she's a cougar. El cougar.
All right. So this is kind of like a continuation of what we were doing yesterday. Someone asked, and I think this is something I inserted myself. I wanted to know, because you kind of touched on this a little bit earlier. We were just talking in general conversation, but I wanted to know, how are you able to feel some sense of normalcy, knowing that you actually have time over your head? And can you actually explain that to some people that don't know or may not know, what time over your head means? And how much time over your head do you actually have, for those that don't know, who may be new watching?
Yeah. So
thank y'all for the heart.
Yeah, appreciate the love, man. Just all the support, man. But essentially, my sentence was 144 years, all suspended but 19. And part of my sentencing on top of that was 50 years good behavior. And what typically happens throughout the country when an individual is getting sentenced, there's typically something over their head. So even if you're in a situation like me where I'm off probation, I've got my passport, I've traveled out the country, I've opened a school, got a proclamation. It doesn't matter how successful I am upon, re-entering society, I still have this number looming over my head. And what that means is, I used to say one false move. I'm not going to say that, because that's really how you live. But it is something you have to be 100% cognizant of. Like, I can't put myself in the same situations that maybe, XYZ down the street, man. I'd look at things, or tend to look at things a little bit more serious, because when I'm inside of a room, I look at all my friends, family, etc., I'm the only one that's got that over my head. So, right. But how do I feel normal? Well, that's just over time. And at the end of the day, I live my life a certain way. So that's not really a thought. You know what I'm saying? And I'm grateful for that. So that's not a concern, but I'm not going to say that, listen, I've met people that are locked up, unexpected circumstances, things that were out of their control. That does happen. But in terms of percentages and how you live your life, you want to make the best decisions to minimize the percentage of you getting into a bad situation. And I'm doing pretty good there. So, it's there. It's always going to be there, but it's not anything that I'm, waking up in the morning thinking about first thing. Not in that way.
Okay, cool beans. That's good. How much time do you have over your heads? Did you say that?
I did.
Okay.
50 years.
50 years. I just wanted to
AP.
put that out there. 50 years.
Yeah, 50 years.
And thank you for that.
Appreciate the love, y'all.
I would like to say, this is a question coming
Appreciate
in that somebody asked, and thank you guys for all of that.
AP.
What's one thing you wish you had did earlier to support each other to help with a smoother transition home? That's what somebody asked. Like, what do you wish? And I want you to answer, but then I'm going to answer too.
In terms, what do I wish we could have done?
Yeah. What do you think? What do you wish you maybe could have done earlier to support one another, just to have a smoother transition?
A whole,
yeah. When you came home,
I wish that first night we didn't go get a bottle. I think that kind of that put some bad things in the air for us, man. I'm somebody that works in recovery. I speak about recovery a lot. And man, I think if I could rewind, that's probably one of the main things I wouldn't have introduced or I wouldn't have supported in our relationship. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Outside of that, for us, it was mental health. You know, so maybe I would have got help sooner, you know, but then again, I came home 3 months before the pandemic.
Right.
So it was kind of hard to get help because everybody was losing their mind. Nobody knew what tomorrow was going to bring. So I can't really say I would do anything different sooner other than that. I wouldn't have been running to the store for a bottle. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to actually add to that too. I want to say this, you know, to all prison girlfriends, prison wives. I did not understand, nor did I feel like Chris understood how much mental health support was going to be needed. And the reason I said that is because, like, we're really big advocates for it now. But I feel like if we had this type of mental health support, just talking about it, just open conversation of what to look for when your person comes home, I think it would have helped a whole lot more. And the reason I say that is because there were just certain situations that we would get in, and I just did not understand. I did not understand the level of anxiety. I know yesterday we were on, and Chris talked about how we went to McDonald's.
Oh yeah.
And that was the first time that, you know, he was kind of out in public by himself.
Yeah.
I wanted to chime in yesterday, but I had to go to the bathroom. So first thing I did, I shot to the bathroom. You know, his family's there. I'm not thinking everybody else is going to run off. Obviously, that's my husband. So I feel like he was my responsibility. But just to have him in a situation like that, I'm not thinking, even if he's alone for 5 minutes, just fresh out, I'm not thinking that he's going to have a high level of anxiety with the computers, with the touch screens, and just a change of environment like that, you know, after being locked up for 17 years. So there were certain anxieties that I had no idea we were going to face.
Yeah.
We got pulled over on our way home. Going to Georgia.
Oh my goodness.
You know, that was a whole conversation that we had to have. We talked about some of these things. Now, we did talk and say, hey, it's a possibility we could be pulled over for not having a license plate on the vehicle, transporting it from one state to another. We did have a permit. We were legal, but we still got pulled over. So I did not know the type of anxiety.
Nobody, and I just want to say, and it's not a knock, but that was one of my biggest obstacles, and it's a lot of guys' obstacles and ladies too coming home from prison. Nobody really understood what was going on in my head in the moment. Right. Everybody around me, which rightfully so, was really happy, caught up in the happiness of me coming home, but they forgot that I had just survived 17 years in the pen. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there was definite moments, not just that first day, but you know, for some months. And then I think it took some time for you know, everybody around me to kind of say, okay.
Right.
Like, and also I would say I was high functioning. Like I was one of those people, like I could be struggling, but at the same time, it looks like I'm excelling. You know what I'm saying? Like I was able to get a job right away. I was able to elevate in my workplace. I was able to do some things, but at the same time, mentally, my mental health, oh my God.
Right.
Yeah, it was messed up.
Somebody said, do you have to pay your monthly PO? He's not on probation.
Yeah, I'm off probation now.
And then there's no parole that he did because of Virginia.
Yep, I appreciate the love, y'all.
So
I really do, man.
When he said 50 years over his head, that means if he were to get in trouble and were to go back.
Yep, no matter what,
he would have to serve 50 years. So that's what we're saying when we say that. So your loved one
appreciate that, man. Y'all crushing the goals.
You know, and I look at, different TV series. I'm not going to put the name out here, but you look at different shows and you see people getting into it. And, if somebody were to call the police on you and your loved one or something, like for real, like it's a real thing. It could be life or getting sent back for life. We don't know. So I just want people to really be aware of the consequences of your actions when you're getting involved with somebody.
Can I tell a story about that?
Go right ahead.
Yo, listen. Cookout.
Oh, yeah.
We getting ready to pull up to a cookout. She calls our people. They say they got an issue. It's at a park. Everybody's got tables, whatever.
Thank you for the love, guys. I appreciate it.
They say they got an issue with the people over the table. I think nothing of it. Although I'm like, oh, they had an issue, but I'm thinking, they probably squashed it. Everything's good. It's holiday, whatever, right? When we pull up, the first thing my auntie said, I'm going to say, because I said something to her about it anyway, is I just told him my nephew was on the way. So I'm getting out, walking into a cookout where they done exchanged some words with people. And the first thing she says to me is, I told her my nephew on the way.
Right.
Now, can anybody tell me what the issue is with that right there when I just told y'all I got 50 years over my head? Because I got a whole list of things. And this ain't me talking, taking a shot at anybody. But here's the thing, y'all. It's so important to have people around you that really understand your situation. I got a brother right now. His name, he be up here with me sometimes. You see me, posting or whatever. And we didn't stick, but Genesis AZ, be aware. And we've had situations out there because of the type of work that I do in the community, interacting with different people, egos and all that, where somebody may have came with a little attitude or whatever, and bruh will tap my knee, not because he thinks I'm gonna, get into an argument, but just to remind me, hey, bigger things at stake, bigger, you know what I'm saying? And I'm grateful for that, but that's the type of people you need around, man. No harm and disrespect. And I don't think Auntie meant nothing. I just think people don't really think about your whole situation all the way through. You know what I'm saying? My wife is doing something.
I don't know what I've done.
Crazy over here. We're just going to restart this.
First of all, my husband.
I don't know what she got.
More advanced in technology than I am. That's all I'm going to say.
She done, I don't know what's going on.
He is more advanced.
I got a wife that do extra steps with everything. Listen, everything is an extra step. I love her to death, though. We going on 6 years strong.
Listen, she
got my son on the way.
We got married extrally. I feel if I know that's not a word, but
man,
listen, we are accelerating, and Lord I'm happy Jesus. About it. That's the best I can say.
This my heart, though. I promise you, like
everybody's special.
We got married in the VI room, man. Hey.
We did. Thank y'all for rejoining.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on over there, man. Y'all was over here. Appreciate the congrats for the baby and all that, man. Appreciate the love, y'all, man. Really appreciate it.
All right. So this is another question. This is a loved one that had a loved one come home. They did 30 years. This person that's doing 30 years said that mental health needs to be addressed because he just felt like he wasn't prepared once he was released after 30 years. That's a long time.
That's a long time.
And then he said, what can a loved one do, say, or even teach individuals to help them prepare for release, especially after such a long period of time? 30 years is a long time.
So I would, if I had a loved one coming home in the next 30 days, this is exactly what I would do. Step one, I would go to my community service board. So many people, when I say community service board, CSB, they don't know what I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
But typically, regardless of the county or state that you live in, there's something called a community service board. Typically, I'm not saying is it, but typically, right? And this community, the whole thing that this community service board does is they supply mental health resources or resources for any individuals that are going through something in regards to mental health. So I would reach out there first and I would advocate for my loved one. I say, hey, I got a loved one coming home from incarceration. They need some resources. What do you have available? I would start there and I would build those in-person connections in my community. Then I would Google mental health resources. You know what I'm saying? I would look up reentry support groups, any nonprofits that do work in the reentry field. I would reach out to them as well, because even if they don't have support groups or therapists that work with formerly incarcerated people, because they work in reentry or with justice impacted people, they're going to be able to point you in the right direction of some resources. Then the next thing I would do is I would definitely, if I have the resources and the ability, I would go and try to get a therapist. And I would convince my loved one that regardless if you feel like you're good or not, because spoiler alert, you're not good, even if you think you are, maybe we should do some therapy. And if you're in a relationship, I would say you need some couples therapy no matter what, because so many things aren't taken into consideration when it comes to an individual coming home with 9 times out of 10 or 9.99 out of 10 PTSD. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, listen, get the mental health support. It's not a joke. 2,000 men on average a day decide they don't want to be here no more. And then they decide, and then they're not here every single day. That's 60,000 men a year. And don't get me wrong, the numbers with the ladies as well, but so much is because there's no mental health support. And prison is extremely traumatic, man. I'm not saying that it's war. I'm a veteran, by the way. I'm not trying to compare the two, but it is war in its own right, man. And it's nonstop, and it's brutal, and you don't know how jacked up you are until you're out of the environment. So get the mental health support. 30 years is an extreme amount of time. There's no telling how long it takes to truly get back. It took me, and I always say on average, it probably took me over 2 years to to shake off. And I remember almost the morning where I woke up, I was like, it's almost like somebody like swapped my brain out.
Right.
I had been doing the work, made some change, and I woke up, and I remember saying to her, I was like, yo, I don't know, like I kept saying, like, for weeks, I was like, I don't know. And then I was like, oh, I'm changing my mind, my brain. I'm decompressing or whatever. So, yeah, man, that's a deep topic, man. Get help if you've been to prison. It's okay.
And I wanted to add on to this, too.
Yeah, for sure.
We started, like, I want to say when he had 2 years left, we had started our home plan. Like, when I say, I'm not talking about him submitting a home plan to the counselors. I'm literally talking about a home plan for us when he gets home.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning we were baby stepping, meaning we had a goal sheet for 2018, goal sheet for 2019, goal sheet for 2020.
Yeah.
And we were actively working on this goal sheet, and we were focused. So it wasn't like, our phone calls, we just loving it up all night and day. No, we were talking about real stuff. Things that we wanted to do, still getting trades. Chris still got a trade on top of the trade that I was getting. We hustled, you know what I mean? He had a job inside. I had a job on the outside. I often tell a story. I was sleeping on my mom's couch in order to purchase a home.
Yeah.
Okay. And I did this for 9 months straight. I also I stayed there, I want to say, for 1.5 years, almost 2 years with my mom. And then I did overtime for 9 months straight, maybe even 10 months. I don't even remember at this point. But I did doubles every day. like literally, because I wanted to have a home for us to lay our heads. Chris was like, apartment's cool, you know, as long as I'm free, blah, blah, blah.
I was going to figure it out.
No, fast forward, you know, we were able to get through COVID together. Chris worked the whole time through COVID.
Yeah.
We were able to refinance our home. Then guess what? My husband was on my home. You know what I mean? So what we had worked hard for, we were able to pull out money and invest it and flip it and do other things. So we grew from that, you know, making the hard decision. Somebody asked the question, how did you feel about put money on the books? Chris did not allow me to put money on his books. That's something else. You know, our relationship was quite different. I did put money on the phone.
Yeah.
I did get the quarterly packs.
Yep, holiday packs.
Holiday packs. I think we did it twice a year. We had a very realistic budget that I could send, and I'm talking about like $75 type budget. We stuck to the budget. You know what I mean? Like we stuck to our goals. You know,
it set up a lot of things for our marriage
for our marriage
going forward. Honestly,
it did. You know, we were operating before we was operating, and then yes, we did get married into the visitation room, and now even despite the fire and other things, Chris is quite successful to the point where I don't have to work. I work for our nonprofit. I work with him, but in all essence, he's retired me. But this is years and years and years of hard work first. Like I said, laying on my mama's couch so that we can secure property, so that we can have a mortgage that we could afford, so we would not be dealing with the housing crisis that's going on right now. So what I'm saying is have a game plan. Don't necessarily, it can't just be all about the lovey-dovey talks is great, but it has to be setting realistic expectations and realistic goals. You have to have that. Real conversations. Really setting it up. And if you have children, all of these things needs to be talked about. Somebody asked me, how's the pregnancy? Pregnancy is great now. Beautiful pregnancy. But we also suffered 4 tragedies before this pregnancy.
We got about 5 more minutes. How many more questions? Because she's gonna get my wife is a preacher now.
Listen,
she's pregnant.
She's
gonna get fired up.
I always want ladies to know, like realistically,
and
like,
make sure you follow her, y'all. April Willers.
Thank you, April.Willers. What you're getting into. Know what you're getting yourself into. Seriously. All right. Housing for felons. This comes up a lot.
It's a tough subject
because we were just talking about housing. What can couples do for home plans involving felons?
Well, usually you got to be married to move directly in, you know, with your significant other if you're in a relationship. So you got to get married. I'm not saying do that. I do not recommend getting married. We got married in a visitation room. But we
don't recommend it.
Yeah, we are out loud.
We had to.
Yeah, we kind of had to for our situation being I was out of state.
We got through it.
Yeah. We didn't have to. I want to be clear. We didn't have to.
We made the decision.
Yeah, I don't like.
We made the decision to go, but it was tough. It wasn't easy. I'll just say that we had challenges.
Yeah, I wanted to divorce her a couple times. She probably wanted to divorce me too. We're gonna talk more openly and transparent because it gets real. Like, yo, my mental health was so jacked up. Like, y'all gotta understand, and that's like the big. I'm not talking about when I say like these relationships typically don't make it. Yeah. I'm not saying because y'all might not love each other. I'm saying because so many people that come home from prison don't get the help that they need.
Yeah.
So for 2 years, I was in this miserable space. You understand what I'm saying? At best, I was up and then I was immediately back down. You know, because I had went through 17 years of trauma. So there was times where I didn't even want to be here. I didn't want to be connected to her, the world, my dogs. I wanted to be gone, but it was because of the PTSD. It was because of the trauma. It was because of the anxiety.
Yeah.
It wasn't because I didn't want to be, married to it. It was just, I didn't know how to function inside of my own head. And that if you've ever been to a place like that, you will be thinking and wanting to do some crazy stuff. 17 years is very hard to shake off in 60 days or 1 year or 2 years or 3 years. So that's the whole thing, man. It's the mental health aspect that's destroying not just a lot of relationships that are impacted by incarceration, but a lot of relationships, period. Like, honestly,
Thank you.
period. Like, a lot of us need help. A lot of us got unprocessed trauma. A lot of us grew up in households where it got swept under the rug and we didn't speak about it. A lot of us grew up in households where we didn't have examples of what we may have needed to see, etc. We just
Yep.
certain things, and that's okay. And I'm not talking about it's like generational. I'm talking about our generation, the generation before that, the generation before that. So there's these things and all these things that are going on in our relationships, but the divorce rate, period, right now is 70%. You understand what I'm saying? So something to think about, man. We fought through it very hard, but man, if we're brutally honest and frank, yo, it's not for everybody.
It's not.
And a lot of people find out.
Word. Somebody asked, do we provide therapy services or know of services that provide therapy while their loved ones are still incarcerated?
Message us. We would love to connect, support. I think one of the things that we are always fortunate enough to do is just support people that were impacted by incarceration. We do it in a multitude of different ways. I always just tell people, message us.
Messages,
or look at the links in the bio. You know, it'll show you different ways you can connect or whatever, but everything's right there on the bio. But we're just here to support. We know firsthand what it means to not necessarily have voices or somebody that just support like that we could speak to, like that could really relate
to your situation, because it is a genuine and it is a different type of relationship.
Yeah. Listen, I wanted to do something different really quick. I'm gonna ask you 5 questions, but they're short answers.
I was about to say you must be about to come with a disclosure.
It's almost like a speed. It's almost like a speed round. But really,
lightning round.
I want to get your feedback. Somebody said I needed to do this with you, but I'm gonna say a word about our experience in prison or something I want your first thought attached to it.
Okay.
All right. Ready?
Let me take a deep breath.
Lord Jesus. She said I got to take a breath.
Yes, I'm ready.
Because it's important to understand how incarceration impacts our loved ones.
Yeah.
A lot of people that watch my platform, her platform, were incarcerated themselves. But you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people's families have suffered traumas too.
Yeah.
So right off, I would get your responses or what your initial thoughts are. Visitation or prison visitation.
Not enough.
Why not enough? I'm just curious. That was
long distance relationship. We were in 2 different states. It was very hard for us. I felt like Chris needed physical touch. It always made our situation
Chris needed
better.
Freedom. No,
but
no, I did.
3.5 years of solitary confinement. It was a lot of different things going on. He needed a lot of mental health support. He was still going strong. However, physical touch was a very, very great help in a lot of our times of need. And because I was so far across the country and because I was working and I was, trying to do what I had to do, it was lacking. But when we did experience it, it really helped and improved and strengthened our relationship. So if you're close to your loved one and they are doing time, go see that person. Love on that person. Physical touch helped a lot, even if it was just a holding of the hand or that kiss in that when you first get there and that kiss and embrace when you leave. It makes a huge difference.
Next one, because you get fired up.
Yo, it's real.
I'm ready to go to bed. I'm tired.
I've been up since late today.
I've been up since 5.
Well, I'm probably
working, but we was definitely
yeah.
You need, if you need to, definitely feed it. But we was definitely gonna do this live, and we're gonna be back up here live tomorrow night as well, man. So make sure you're interacting in the comments, sharing the content, etc. Put any questions if you got any specific questions you want to connect, etc. Message all that good stuff. But next word, getting married getting married in prison.
Lonely.
Explain to the ladies in why that was lonely.
Had to drive home by myself. There was no honeymoon, not right away. I had to wait on that. There, even Chris' mom was working that morning, so it was just a different type of, my mom wasn't there. It wasn't like a wedding. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was very lonely that ride home. You
Yeah.
know,
Release date.
excited, excitement.
Justice system.
I was about to cuss. It's screwed up. That's all I can say. Screwed up for sure. Screwed up for sure.
Man, I appreciate y'all. And the last one, correctional officers.
Love, hate.
Yeah, I just want to say this too, because everybody thinks it's not that I don't like correctional officers. I just don't like the correctional officers that go outside of their job title to make prisoners' lives worse than what it already is.
Right.
It's up to the judge.
And it's not. It's literally not everybody.
It's not.
That's why I say it's not everybody.
I've got a couple
That's
friends.
That's why I said love, hate.
Yeah, I've got a couple
Literally
friends personally that used to tell me go lock down. And then they're friends now. And they didn't say it to me rude, by the way. They said it because it was their job. And they never said it to me. They just said it out loud. But nonetheless, they're friends. And I just wanted to spell it. It's just the ones that are nasty, right? We need certain people to do certain things in this world. And I'm not an abolitionist. I'm not somebody that says prisons don't exist, because I know monsters do. I've been around them, like the real monsters, the people you don't want to be around inside the walls of Sussex too, Greensville, etc. So, I just wanted to say that, man. Do we got any more questions? Anything we're gonna?
No. I know a couple of people have said some things, but I'm pretty much done. I just wanted to be supportive, and I always, want to make ladies aware. Just know what you're getting into. If you do need assistance with reentry, please DM me, DM my husband on different platforms. We're all over the place. Just message us because there's a few things that we may be able to assist with. If we can help, we are here. Pregnancy is going just fine. CJ is doing wonderful. He is on the move as per usual.
Active.
Very active.
Active, man. Yo, we appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate the support. We're going to be back up here tomorrow. 5 more questions. We're going to be mixing it up, all that good stuff, man. For anybody, just keep fighting forward, man. You know what I'm saying? Just keep fighting forward. And most importantly, stay free. Peace.
Stay free. Peace. Bloop, bloop. Where are you? If I can end it.